Last time I came to Chicago, what did I say? I said, you guys have been so good to me, I'm doing my next one here, and here we are. Here we are. But that's all this job is, guys, is traveling. The easiest part of this shit is being in front of you great people, okay? Telling some jokes, having fun. The hardest part is we're in car services, fucking airplanes, all the time. And I don't mind it, it goes with the job. But what I don't like is the pilots in this country are getting younger and fucking younger, okay? The United States of America is getting rid of and phasing out the old vet pilot, and I don't like it, all right? When I get on an airplane, I want to see an old, grizzled, Sully Sullenberg-looking motherfucker every time I get on a plane, okay? I want to see white mustache, slight sense of arrogance, dude that looks like he beat a couple Me Too cases back in the day, okay? That dude is gonna get me home to my babies, all right? They have children in the cockpit right now. I was flying New York to Michigan. This kid looked like he's in 10th grade, wrinkled shirt. It's like, iron your fuck. If you're flying me at 37,000 feet, the shit's gotta be pressed, okay? This kid looked like he still lived at home with his parents, and in the morning he was like, Ma, where's my Delta shirt? Ma, I told you last night I gotta be to Orlando in 12 hours, Ma. There's dog hair all over this shit, it's unprofessional. And if you fly a lot like me, if you're in the air as much as I am, you'll notice these young pilots, they're all hitting and banking turns a lot harder and faster ever since Top Gun Maverick came out. These assholes think they're in an F-18 Hornet. It's like you're not. You're in a cargo plane taking fat fucks to Disney World, okay? We're in a 737. It shouldn't almost be inverted. I'm gonna vomit, Rooster. Relax. I was at JFK, right? I'm going through security at JFK, and there's a guy coming behind me. He's a pilot, fat, jolly black dude. He's happy, pilot. And it was an overcast day, raining. And he walks in, we walk in together, and he just goes, great day to fly. Just got my license. I swear to God he said that. I swear to God he said that. He goes, just got my license, right? So now I have questions. I go, wait a minute. I go, why is it a good day to fly if it's raining and overcast? He goes, that keeps the amateurs away. And I go, that makes sense. So now we start talking. We build a rapport. Then he nudges me, and he goes, hey, kid, you know how I learned to do this? I swear to God, I go, what? He goes, you know how I learned to fly? You know how I learned to be up there? He goes, video games. He goes, it's all video games. It's all simulators now. He goes, but the technology is good, so don't worry. It's exactly the same thing. Don't worry. He goes, it's the exact same thing. I'm like, it's kind of not the same thing. It's definitely not the same thing. Okay, you could crash in a simulator. You're gonna go home. It's not a national tragedy. There's no funerals. My son is incredible at the game Fortnite. We're not gonna send him to Afghanistan anytime soon. He's gonna sit at his computer, touch his dick, and eat his Girl Scout cookies. That's what he's gonna do. Because I'm not sending him to Afghanistan, okay? I don't know why I said touch his dick. I don't know, I figured if you're at your computer with Girl Scout cookies, you might touch your dick, right? Thank you, perverts. Oh, shit. Oh man, this is awesome. This room is awesome, and we're gonna have a good time. Let's talk about abortion. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Look at something. That's why I came. Let's go. No. I love that. No, abortion's an easy one for me. Big issues like that, they're easier for me. I don't understand why everybody freaks out about it. I think when it comes to big issues like that, just be fair. Be logical and down to earth. Like when it comes to abortion, I think every woman should have the right with her body to make a decision if she's gonna have an abortion or not, right? I believe that, right? Yeah. But right after she does, she gets killed, okay? It's an eye for an eye. Everybody dies, and you can't be mad. Everybody dies, and the argument's over. It's fair. It's very fair. You see how I flipped it on them? They were like, oh yeah, oh no, why would it end like that? I don't know. Why would he say, why would she? But you guys are cool. You guys understand we're in a venue telling jokes, keeping it light. That's what this is. That's what we have to do, right? I said that shit in New York City. This woman crossed her arms. She was like, what? They shouldn't die. I was like, you should die. You should have been aborted, you fucking. Do you really think I think that? Do you think I think that, you asshole? Do you think I think you should die? I'm sorry, I just had a flashback. No, the only pro-choice people I don't like are pro-choice vegans, you know? It's like, yeah, you can't kill a baby and tell me I can't have a hamburger. Fuck you. You know what I mean? At least I'm eating mine. Fuck you. You know what I mean? People are pissed off, man. People are pissed off today. You can't scroll without seeing violence and anger. People at protests and rallies. And I used to scroll away from it. I used to go away from it. But I realized that people are stupid and they're not going to change. So now I like to see adults in chaos. And I like to see them throwing themselves on the ground crying because they're ridiculous. Now if you embrace it, it's fun. Like I was watching this hilarious abortion rally the other day. And it was both sides going hard. And I don't know why these people were freaking out like this. It was both sides. It was a pro-life guy right here. He's got his sign, his head down. Then there's a line, and then right over the line, there's a pro-choice woman, and she is nose to nose with this kid. And she's angry. She is given the most evil look I have ever seen anybody give anybody. She's nose to nose, and he's minding his business. He's got his pro-life, you know, and his sign and his hat, and she's just right there, and she's a burly woman, okay? Not gonna, she was she had a deep voice, she was the type of chick you wouldn't mess with, you know what I mean? Like you would walk past her at the store, you know? And in a deep voice, she's just looking at him and she just keeps repeating, my choice, my choice. It's my choice! And he's just standing there, and his head down, and she's just going, my choice! It's my choice! And I wanted somebody to tap her on the shoulder so bad and just be like, look, sweetie, I don't think you have to worry about this. Look, you're gonna be okay, okay? And listen, if you got pregnant, I think he'd be okay with the abortion. I'm just saying, it's 95 degrees, pick your battles. But I learned something. You know what I learned? And I learned this recently. What I learned is people are always going to be angry, and people are always going to be cynical, and some people can't be helped. And what really let me realize that is people are mad at Taylor Swift for going to a football game. Taylor Swift, okay, she's in a suite, she's drinking, she's rooting on her boyfriend, she's saying, let's fucking go, she's making the NFL money, and people are pissed, and she's attractive, she's a pop star. I would much rather see her than some fat fuck in the upper deck with a chili dog screaming, go for it on 4th and 7. Leave her alone. Bad Blood is a dope song. She traveled all over the world to see him play. I wish my wife supported me like that. She went from Asia to the Super Bowl. My wife's not even fucking here tonight. Married 16 years we just had, 16. No, guys. No, it's not going great. It's not great. I chose to be here tonight instead. No, I'm married 16 years. And somebody said to me, they were like, Paul, you're married 16 years and you have 2 beautiful children. Did you learn anything? What did you learn about women? Did you learn anything about relationships? And I did. And this is true shit. This is what I learned. It took me, out of the 16 years, about 12 to figure this shit out. Okay, because you're not going to figure it all out, right? But what I learned is you can't take every fight. You can't die on every hill, okay? You have to let some stuff go. Okay, because a man that fights every fight with the woman in his life, that's just pride and ego, okay? That's just a guy going, oh, who the fuck you think you're talking to? And guess what, fellas? She's talking to you. That's who she's talking to. You're 3 payments behind on a Kia Sportage. That's who she's talking to, okay? You make $31K a year, you got partial dental. That's who she's talking to. And you don't fight with women because women could do things in a fight that a man can't do. When you go into a fight with a woman, they have ammunition that we simply don't have. One thing a woman could do in a fight that a man can't do, a woman could cry. A woman could cry mid-fight, and when a woman cries in the middle of an argument, it's a fucking wrap, okay? Unless the dude's a lunatic, like, good bitch, let's get some tears. That guy's a psychopath. And everyone's got that friend, oh, I married a baby, look at this, I married a little baby. We can't talk without tears, I married a child. I called my wife a first grader, dude. It was a 4-dayer of no talking. The bottom lip starts to quiver, you know what? And they always start crying right when you made a point. You're like, I was winning. This is bullshit. I had you on the ropes, baby. Now she gets to go back to her corner, get some water, put an ice pack on. I had her. They all got good relationships with the mother, too. They could all go to the mothers. They got an escape plan. You know what? I'm gonna take the kids to my mother's for a couple days, figure some things out. No, I need a couple days to go to my mother's. A man can't do that. A man can't do that. Could you imagine if I broke down in front of my wife? If I was just like, you know what? Fucking, I'm gonna go see my dad. Come on, kids, let's go see Grandpa. Just calls her friend. No, he cried and went to his dad's. He's a bitch. No, he cried and went to his father's. It's over. I think I'm getting a lawyer. Went to his father's house to sleep tonight. He actually went to his father's. Now listen, sometimes a man needs to take a fight. Sometimes a man needs to roll up his sleeves, put his head down and go, that was wrong, and I'm taking this one. That's what Johnny Depp did. Johnny Depp was like, yo, you shit in my bed. Listen, you shit in my bed, and you blamed my Yorkie. You shit in my bed, and you blamed my dog. Get a lawyer, okay? Because shitting in somebody's bed, that's premeditated evil. You don't shit in somebody's bed on a whim. But I thought about this a little too long and hard. And I thought about this. When she literally squatted down, to shit in Johnny's bed, you know the actual Yorkie had to come out curiously like, oh, they're gonna put me down for this shit. This bitch is gonna get me killed. Another thing women could do in a fight that a man can't do. And ladies, you're not gonna like this one. Okay, but it's kind of true. You can kind of hit us. You can kind of, even if it's just a little, okay. You're married here, sir?
14 years.
Yeah, and you just shook your head like she beats the shit out of you. Yeah. Has she ever given you a rap on the? Yeah, she beats this man up. Listen, she hits him, and you all laughed at the assault. Think about that. Think about that. It could never be the other way. You guys just laugh like, oh, she hits him. She does hit him. It could never be the other way. A woman named Julie could go into work on Monday, and Julie could walk up to her best friend and go, I had to smack Mike in the head last night. He was such a fucking asshole. And you know what Julie's friend would say? What did that piece of shit do to deserve it? I never liked him in the first place. I'm glad you smacked him in his fat head. Are you okay, Julie? Are you okay? A man can't do it. A dude can't do that. Dude can't show up to work on Monday, go up to his boy, be like, yo, I had to deck Brenda in the kitchen last night. She was talking shit, so she took an elbow to the nose. Yeah, her head went off the oven. Well, dinner wasn't right. It's like, figure it out, you know what I mean? Women fuck with us, you know? Like, I tried to figure out why, and I think I did. I think women do it because they want to see if we still care. Women just want to know if we still care. My wife asked me to do things that she doesn't have to. You know, I was like walking out of Walgreens. Just, fine, I'm done. I don't have to, I'm done my Walgreens thing. And then the phone buzzes, the phone buzzes right out. Hey, while you're there, can you get me some tampons? Can you? I don't mind. I could do it. I could, you know, I'm not immature where I'm gonna make jokes about tampons. I'm a grown man with kids. But she could do it. She could fucking get them because she knows when she gets it. She knows. But I'm like, all right, you know, but I don't know like what kind. You know, is this a super soak? I don't know what I'm getting, okay? Is this a scratch bleed or a gunshot wound? I don't know what to get. There's drips, there's colors. I got this big variety pack of colors. It looked like I was buying ice pops. So I go and I get this big box and I'm like, Paul, just don't make jokes. Can you just not make jokes? Can you just go? But when a comedian tells himself to not make jokes, that's when the mind starts going. That's when the jokes, And I was like, you're not gonna make a joke. Just go in there, get the thing, get out. So there's a little Indian woman, it's just me and her. And she goes, oh, that'd be it? And I was like, yeah, that'd be it, And I didn't even do any little jokes. I wasn't like, oh, not for me. I didn't do any of that. I'm fine, no cramps here. I didn't do any of it. I would just get the shit and get out. And then she starts going, oh no. And now I'm going, oh no is right, man. Just hurry up, dude. And she goes, I can't give you a receipt. And I don't know why I did this, but I showed her the tampons and I go, yeah, well, you're not gonna return one of these, are you? She goes, oh no. And I go, no, I'm sorry, because of the blood. I'm gonna go fuck myself. You know what, fuck you, it's your fault. Fix the machine. My wife and I, we live in upstate New York, about an hour north of Manhattan. And by the way, you guys have been so incredible so far, but this next joke will let me know how good you are. No, we live about an hour and 10 minutes north of Manhattan, and one thing that I love to do, and if you've never done this, you are missing out on a part of life that is so beautiful. Going to the supermarket late at night by yourself. It is I'm talking no wife, no kids, 20 minutes before close. It is the most, you could actually, when you're walking around, you could actually hear the music. You could hear. You just walk around like, you know what, Pearl Jam was good. Pearl Jam, this is the shit. This is a good song. Like, yeah, you ever listen to a song you never liked? You're like, this guy's a genius, man. This is unbelievable. And you have all the lanes to yourself with all the food, and it's beautiful. And I go and I get my items, and there's no phone service, so my wife can't even do anything. And it's just blissful. And I'm walking out, and the automated glass doors open, and as I step out, into the street, the guys in the parking lot who collect the carts, because people leave the carts in parking spaces, and they have to collect those. This guy's like 9 deep. He's like pushing a car. And his head just not looking, just like this, 9 deep, he's just going hard, right? Now, as I step outside, he almost plows into my ribs, almost takes me out, almost hurts me. I'm scared and I'm pissed, okay? And I had to jump back, I almost lost my items. Now, I thought to myself, I did not say this because I don't want to be rude, okay? But I thought to myself, I go, whoa, what is this kid, fucking retarded? I'm sorry, I thought that. If you almost hurt me, I'm gonna think something not nice. I'm sorry. I was scared. I almost got hurt. I almost lost the items. He almost ruined my night. And then after like 5 or 6 steps, he finally picked his head up and he just goes, I'm sorry. And he was. So I was 1,000% right. That's exactly why he did it, was because he was retarded. So I nailed it. I 100% nailed exactly what it was. It's a beautiful, nice, diverse crowd, man, tonight. Everybody, so many mixed things. I'm not mixed. People think I'm just Italian. My mother's Greek. My father is Sicilian. My father is just such a judgmental, materialistic dude. My father just judges people on their possessions. He's very materialistic, Like, my father saw my chain. He saw this chain. He goes, my son, he goes, that's chicken wire. What are you doing with that? He goes, tuck that in. That's embarrassing. There's no mast to that chain. My father always says a man needs nice shoes, a nice car, a nice watch. My father will walk around with a white fur coat in August. Doesn't give a shit. He's like, that's who my dad is. But he would judge people on their possessions. And they got divorced when we were little, so he'd pick us up in his black Jaguar, white leather, and me and my brother would be in the car, and every time we got to a red light, my father would just start talking shit about people. He'd just start judging people, right? And one time we're at a light, and my father just goes, holy shit, look at this. You fucking seeing this? He goes, you believe this? Boys, look at this. He goes, let this be a lesson. That's a sin, okay? That's a travesty right there, okay? That's a grown man in a Toyota, okay? There's babies in that car, God forbid. My father doesn't believe in erectile dysfunction. He doesn't believe in it. So if the shit's on TV and there's a pill, he's like, what's this? What's that? What's that pill? What is that for? What's ED? What is that? I go, oh, it's for erectile dysfunction. She goes, erectile what? What's that mean? I go, the guy can't get a hard on. He goes, what? He goes, no, they're gay. They're gay. That's gay. That's gay. A pill can't fix gay. That's a gay man. He goes, I'm in my 70s, I get a hard on. What are you kidding me? I'm like, all right, Dad. After being in the Bronx for 70 years, he moved to West Palm Beach, Florida, and he's just a fish out of water. And he thinks he's the first person to ever settle on Florida. He got rid of his whole wardrobe. He just bought Hawaiian shirts. He's got loafers on, socks up to his knees. He's walking around like he's on a cruise ship the rest of his life. And he'll call me up and tell me things that are obvious, but they're a big deal to him. He'll be like, yeah, Paul, down here in Florida. I'm like, yeah, no, Dad, I know, you're my dad. I know where you're at, you know? And he goes, I gotta tell you something, my son. He goes, it's fucking hot down here. He goes, they got lizards and shit running around, bugs. It's National Geographical down here. You gotta see this shit. So my dad says to me, he goes, so what's going on with you, Paul? Tell me, what's going on? You have any issues? What's going on? I go, to be honest with you, I'm just trying to lose like 12, 13 pounds right now. I said, I got some acting coming up. I'm shooting another special. I got to lose some weight. And he goes, oh, well, you're talking to the right guy. And I knew I wasn't. I knew that I was not talking to the right guy. And he goes, I'm going to tell you how to lose the weight, okay? You're going to shed the weight real quick, but you got to listen to me and do everything I say, because if you do it, it's going to work, right? And he goes, I go, all right, Dad. He goes, all right, do me a favor. He goes, don't eat for 4.5 days. He goes, the shit's going to fall right off of you. And I'm like, you know what, Dad? I'm going to fall off the stage because I'm going to be exhausted and starving. So, but now, diversity is the big thing in Hollywood. Everybody's talking about diversity, how they're checking boxes in Hollywood. And it's true. They have to check boxes to make sure everybody gets in movies and TV and all that stuff. I get it, but I did my homework on this. You know who I think the most discriminated people in Hollywood are? Italians. They typecast us and shit. They do not put us, they'll put us in mob movies because we don't complain. We're not gonna complain about a mob movie. It's violent, so it's, okay. But you don't see Italians in big franchise Hollywood shit anymore. You just don't. And I was saying this the other night in New York City, and there's a kid in the front row, and he's overly agreeing with me, right? He's just losing his mind. He's going, no, he's fucking right. You hear that? No, he's right. You hear him? You hear what he's saying? And it's distracted because I'm working. And I see it. He's going, he's fucking right. You hear what he's saying? So I had to stop the show. And I go, hey, man, like, is everything all right? And this man screamed out loud at a comedy venue. He goes, no, Paul, you're right. Chris Pratt should not be Super Mario. This is bullshit. And you want to know what? He's right. He's right. Chris Pratt is not Italian, and he is playing Super Mario. Charlie Day, nice guy, not Italian. He's playing Luigi. I'm gonna say that one more time. Fucking Luigi. Not Italian. I called my manager pissed. I was like, put me in a cart. I'll throw a mushroom. Look at me. They do not care about Italians in Hollywood. I'm really starting to believe this. I'm watching now. I'm paying attention. All the years of Hogwarts, you didn't see one Italian wizard in Harry Potter. Not one. You didn't see Italian extras in that shit. I watched. And my wife read all the books. We went to all the Harry Potter movies. There are no Italians. There are black wizards. There are Indian wizards. Harry Potter went to the winter ball with the Asian wizard. You didn't see one Vito or Anthony walking around Slytherin just... The food sucks. Harry, let's go to my mother's. Fuck this place. My mother made lasagna. Harry, fuck Dumbledore. Let's go smoke a blunt at Hagrid's, Harry. I'm gonna finger Hermione tonight, Harry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I know. I don't know why. My wife loves Harry Potter, and she loves that joke. She goes, I like the joke. She goes, can we just not finger Hermione? Do you think, Paul, can we just not? I'm like, I know, but an Italian wizard would try. An Italian wizard would try to finger Hermione. It would happen. Italian wizard would be hilarious. Harry, I made a spell. I made my dick bigger. Harry, I swear to God, come here. There are no Italians in Star Wars. Guys, I'm paying attention. Everything I watch now, I have to. I walk up to Italian actors and I'm like, dude, they don't give a fuck about us, do they? I'm really into this. But I got a gift from God. Guys, I got a gift from God, okay? I'm in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I'm performing. And I said to the crowd, just what I said to you. I said, there's no Italians in Star Wars. I said, are there any Star Wars nerds here? And a dude raises his hand. He goes, Paul, I know everything there is to know about Star Wars. This is all real. And I go, are there any Italians in Star Wars? He goes, there's no Italians in Star Wars. They don't even allude to the fact that there's Italians, okay? Now, there were two white women sitting right here, and they were whispering a little loudly, like sometimes white women at comedy shows do. You guys want to know some inside baseball? I'll get back to the jokes in a second. I'll get back to the special in a second. I'm a professional. I got this, okay? The number one enemy for the job you see me doing right now, the occupational hazard for the job that you see me doing in front of you at this moment, it's a white woman, 3 Chardonnays or more, the worst pieces of shit on planet Earth. There's nothing worse. Here's what happens. Before the 4th drink, they're okay. But when they hit that 3rd, 4th drink, it's like, what? Fuck you piece of shit. And they can't get this arm far enough back. Who the fuck do you? My rotator cuff is on fire. Fuck you. My shoulder is killing me, you piece of shit. I want them to go home and get in a car accident. Not die. No, not die. Just a fender bender, bang the head, emergency room, maybe a scar so they remember. Anyway. I digress. 2 white women sitting right here whispering. And I said there's no Italians in Star Wars. And folks, one of the women whispered to the other one loudly enough for me to hear and some tables around. She just goes, wait a minute. Wasn't Chewbacca Italian? What? Fucking what? Wasn't Chewbacca Italian? Why? Because he's hairy? What fucking what? Wasn't Chewbacca Italian? Might be the funniest sentence I ever heard in my life. She ruined Star Wars for me. I can't watch it anymore. I can't watch any scene with Chewbacca in it now without picturing him in an Italian situation. Like, Chewie, how are the meatballs? It's good though, man. It's good to be traveling. You know, I'm from New York, and I love New York, but man, things are starting to, right when things settle down, right when things get calm. Oh, there's another election coming, everybody. Right? That's what I hate. Every time things can sort of settle down, now people freak out. And New York, I don't know how it is here, but in New York, people get pissed. And people are losing their minds. And I can't stand, I don't care. I'm not political. I did a special on Netflix called Nocturnal Admissions. I don't know if anybody here saw the special. Okay? I appreciate that. And on the special, I said that I did not vote for Trump or Biden. I voted for Eli Manning, which is true. I did. That's a true thing. Okay. I'm not political. I'm a reasonable man, okay? I just watch from afar, but I do like when lunatics melt down, like I said. And I think if you are far left and you are far right, you are a lunatic, and when you lose your shit, I enjoy it. It's entertainment for me. Like, I will tell you one thing right now. If Trump comes back and wins, I am gonna get 2 hot dogs and a Diet Coke. I am gonna go to Central Park, and I am gonna watch adults drop to their knees and scream at the sky. And it is gonna be everything that I've ever hoped and imagined. I'm gonna say this right now, and I mean this. If you vote for somebody in America, and the person you vote for loses, okay, and you drop to your knees and scream at the sky, you are mentally ill and shouldn't be allowed to vote in America. You are sick and need help. These people that take it so seriously, like we're not gonna go through it again in 4 years. You know, like, well, that's what Trump does to people. That's the one thing, man. And I think with Trump and Biden, we're gonna miss the lunacy later, many years down. We're gonna tell our grandkids, oh, this is nothing. Right? Oh, this is nothing. You gotta sit down, I'll tell you something. Whether you love Trump or hate him, he delivers to that emotion. I have never seen anything like it. Whether he's your villain or hero, when Trump talks, when he's done talking, however you feel for him, you really feel for him. Like when Trump's done talking and you hate him, and he's done, you're just like, they better kill this motherfucker tonight. They better shoot this bitch in the face tonight. And when he's done talking and you love him, you're like, this is the fuck I'm talking about. USA, I will go to a rally in Missouri tonight. No, get the markers. Get the markers. I never seen anything like this. This guy's getting arrested every hour. And he's just getting arrested every day, still doing it. Here's a mugshot, handcuffs. He's like, Iowa, we'll see you in an hour. You're like, I've never seen anything like it, man. And then, you know, listen, man. Everybody makes fun of Biden for being old, and I'm gonna too. No. Listen, this man is a few months away from getting on the wrong airplane for real. Like, no, Joe, that's a Southwest to Orlando. Joe. No, Joe, Air Force One's over there. He's 9 years old. He has Mickey Mouse ears on. They're going on a family trip. Joe, Air Force. Like, come on, man. Dude, but what really, in all seriousness, what really made me feel bad, because I feel bad, man. I root for every president. When Biden comes out, I'm like, get him a chair, man. It's like, but what really let me know that this dude should not run and just go chill was the thing with the blind man, okay? I don't know if you guys saw this. This is true. Did you guys, anybody see that? He was with a blind man. Yo, this is real, okay? This is real. They wanted President Biden to walk a blind man across the podium. And I mean blind, the cane, fucking this blind, fucking this. Blind, black, blind. And they wanted him to walk this blind man across the thing and then hand him off to his wife. And as they're walking, Biden drifted left and the blind guy goes, no, over here, sir. The blind man, listen to me. President Biden was a human seeing eye dog and fucked it up. Secret Service came, like, we'll take it from here, sir. Just go. I never seen anything like this, man. I never seen anything like it. You know, it's like the dude would just freeze for 15 seconds, nobody says anything. Like, I want somebody to take care of him. He'd just be like, look, folks, look. We went over to we went down to you remember? We went, no, look, folks, look. And then when he loses his place, he looks for an excuse to talk. He'll be like, Jack's here. He's a good man. He's a good man, Jack. Jack and I used to get the kids a strawberries, throw them in the pool. What? Hey, good man, put a saddle on a horse on a Wednesday, nobody cared. I'm telling you the truth. We would go down and play checkers on the horse's back. Checkers on the horse's back. We got a 7th grade class back there from D.C. Little boy's got a nice ass. Look, folks, folks. Let's get serious. We're gonna stop Vladimir Putin. We're gonna help those great people of Cancun. Biden looks like he was kidnapped with a blindfold on, then dropped off and said, count to 30 when we leave and take it off. He's like... Remember the movie The Town when she walked to the beach? That's... God bless Jill Biden. That man's wife, you ever watch Jill watch him talk? She gives the same look as you give somebody walking on an icy driveway. Just like, oh, is it done? Be careful. Is it over? Did he make it? You know she's just got to stare at the ceiling at night. Just be like, Lord, just take him. Just. For one time in my life, one time in my fucking life, can we just have a 35-year-old James Bond looking? I don't care if it's Democrat, Republican, Independent. I just want to see that once. You know, nice head of hair. Pulls up in a Lamborghini. The door comes up. He gets out with a cocktail, right? He's got a bulge. You know, he's got a big dick. That's all I want. I wouldn't care about the policy. I'd be like, my president got a bigger dick than your president. That's all I'm asking. No, because you got to watch now, man, because now you get put in uncomfortable positions during these times, especially when elections come. You got to worry about what to say in front of friends and family and what's okay. You know, I was recently put in an uncomfortable position. Me and my buddy were out eating, and he's looking over my shoulder, and I obviously can't see it. I'm biting my sandwich, and I see him look over my shoulder, and he just goes, ah, shit. And I go, what? He looks again, he goes, ah, fuck. And I go, what? And he goes, a bunch of black people just came in here, man. We got to stop coming here. And that made me uncomfortable and confused because he's black. And I was like, wait, what did you just, he goes, you heard me, Paul. We ruin everything. What kind of dickhead friend puts me as his white friend in this impossible position? There's nothing I can say where I come out okay. And then I'm like, is this a test? Does he want me to lean forward and be like, hey, tell me about it? He's like, I knew it, you racist piece of shit. You know what, though? Doing this job, I get to travel the world and the country, and I get to meet and see some of the funniest people. But we also get into sports arguments. We get into, talking, drinking, gambling, all these things that you get to do when you're on the road. And I can tell you people, the funniest people, okay, to talk sports with and argue with are black men from the South. Because black men from the South are the only people in the world who will make a point and immediately agree with themselves. And I've never seen this happen before. Okay, now, when I perform in Las Vegas, I perform at the MGM Grand, and the sound guy at the comedy venue at the MGM Grand is a black man named Andre from Alabama. And Andre from Alabama and I hit it off. I loved him, he loved me. We would talk about gambling, we would drink a beer, we would talk sports, and Andre would make a point and immediately agree with himself. So he was telling me one night why this football team wasn't gonna win. And he just goes, I'm gonna tell you, Paul. I'm gonna tell you, man. He goes, they ain't gonna win because they don't have a running game and their defense is suspect. That's right. What do you say to that? I couldn't even talk. I was like, I guess that's right. And I was like, man, I want to do that with my wife. I am not doing the dishes. That's right. You're gonna take Paulie's dick out tonight. That's right. Paulie's dick's coming out tonight. She's like, oh, no, it's not. Oh, shit. No, man, everything is changing, man, even toys, These guys hear about the Mattel toy company, what they're doing with the new Barbie line? Since the Barbie movie was so popular, Barbie's coming out with a line of toys where the Barbie dolls have ailments. So there's going to be Barbies that are a little fucked up, I guess. I don't know what. There's gonna be. There's gonna be a Barbie with Down syndrome. There's gonna be a Barbie in a wheelchair. There's gonna be a Barbie with prosthetics, and there's gonna be a Barbie with a hearing aid. The prosthetics is a weird one to me. Kids are gonna be confused. This one's missing pieces. This is broken. But this dude's high as shit. But they said they want to do a Barbie with Down syndrome. They want to do a Barbie in a wheelchair, a hearing aid, and a prosthetics because they want it to be realistic for girls going through that. And I was like, well, then you better give Ken luggage because he's out. Ken come with a moving truck, just like, all right, Bob, we had a good run, man. This is... I'm watching this show that's in its 3rd season called Love on the Spectrum. This is one of the greatest shows I've ever seen in my life. Does anybody watch Love on the Spectrum? This is the most wholesome. You cannot watch one episode of Love on the Spectrum and not go into the next one. It's an impossibility. It's like, yeah, it's insane. And what it is it's people with autism and Asperger's and all of these, like, you know, social disabilities, looking for love, going out. And it's on all levels of the spectrum. Anything from, like, Elon Musk to Forrest Gump. And these people, they're out there and they're looking for love, and it's nice. And it is some of the most hilarious shit I've ever seen, because they will take somebody in their 30s and 40s with, like, full-on autism and put them in a bar and give them an alcoholic beverage, but the conversation sounds like they shouldn't be in a bar with an alcoholic beverage. And they're sitting there, and the guy looks at this woman, and he goes, what do you want to do in life? And she goes, I want to be a princess in a big castle. And he goes, that would be awesome. And the waiter was like, what the fuck is going on here? This is... And, like, there'll be, like, 2 adults in a restaurant, and he'll just be like, do you like swords? Like, it's the weirdest... Like, they're at a 5-star drinking a martini, and he's like, did you see Transformers 5? Like, it's nuts. But my favorite part about the show is the impulsive decisions they make. They make decisions that make them seem selfish, but they're not. They just need comfort. It's just a comfort thing. But this couple did something I've never seen done before. They go out 3 times, and it's 3 of the most beautiful dates you've ever seen. And I'm talking blind date, minute 1, first sip, going, I love you. I found you. Oh my God, I can't believe. So when my wife was coming down the aisle, we didn't feel this way for each other. This was love. They just met. Second date. Oh my God, I found we're gonna have a family together. Second date. Then the 3rd date, same thing. I love you, this is amazing. They're touching each other's face. They're caressing each other. Next day, she's in the kitchen with her aunt, and she just goes, you know what? I think I'm gonna break up with him. She goes, I don't think he has direction in his life. And she takes her phone and goes to the bedroom and sits down on the bed and calls this poor bastard. And he answers the phone. Now, they answer every little question. So things that we would blow over, the small talk that we would blow over and we would get to the main point, they don't. They answer everything. So she goes, hey, how are you? And he goes, I'm fine. How are you? She goes, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. He goes, of course I'd ask, because I care. That's very nice of you to care. You're really special. Well, I think you're special too. The weather's changing, isn't it? Yes, it sure is. Anyways, I was thinking, I think we should break up and just be friends. And he goes, oh, but I thought things were just, okay, bye, and hangs up on the kid, walks back to the kitchen, goes up to her aunt, and she goes, I think that went really well. Not for him, it didn't. It couldn't have been worse for him. But then I said, if I get divorced, I'm doing it like that. I'll just walk up to my wife, hey, Stacy, can I talk to you for a second? What's this about, Paul? I'm doing laundry for your kids. I'm glad you're doing laundry. That's amazing. Yeah, well, Lord knows you're not gonna do it. No, I'm certainly not. So this is incredible. Paul, what's this about? Anyways, listen. I was thinking, I think I want a divorce. I have supported you. Okay, bye. I am a father. I have 2 children. I have a 14-year-old little boy and an 11-year-old little girl. And now I'm at the point where when I pick my kids up and I get them from places, some of the parents know me. They know who I am. They've seen the Netflix special. They might have seen me in a part in a movie or whatever. And they want to talk to me when I go to pick my child up. And I don't want to talk to them, okay? Because they want to start telling me about things in the world. Maybe I'm going to incorporate it in my job and all that. You know, like the other day, my son, he was playing soccer with his buddy. And my wife says, go get Lucas. I made dinner. It's ready. You got to go get him. And I go up to get him, and the dad pulls up in a pickup truck. And he just goes, oh, Paul, come here, man. Talk to you for a second. And I'm like, oh, shit, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And you ever start talking to somebody and you start out on the same page? You kind of click, but then they take it to a place that you can't take it. So he goes, yeah, man, crazy, raising our kids in all this crazy world, huh? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, it's all the media dividing people. And I'm like, yeah, no, I could get with that. Lucas, I said now, dude, you got to come now. And he goes, yeah, it's all for political power, all for political angles. They don't care about us. I'm like, no, absolutely. Buddy, did you hear me? Did you hear what I said? And he goes, I'll tell you what, though. You want to know what it really is? He goes, it's those disgusting fucking Jews. Lucas, dinner now! Dinner now! Last thing I want to do is talk about Israel-Palestine with this guy. And I have 14 and 11. Those are ages where you start not liking friends. Like, you're just like, who's coming over? Oh, I hate that kid's a dick. He's a dick. He's got a dumb dad. He's dumb. His dad's dumb. You ever see a dumb dad? You're like, this kid doesn't have a chance with this dumb father. He's dumb. His kid's dumb. It's going to make my kid dumb. I don't want him in the house. And when you are the only parent home and a 13-year-old child that's not yours is in the house, you're responsible for that child's life. And these kids have problems. This woman came up to me and she goes, Paul, thank you so much for taking my son. He loves coming here playing with Lucas. And I'm easy going. So I go, oh yeah, and no problem. She goes, anyway, here's his medicine. I go, medicine? This lady handed me a Ziploc bag with 4 prescriptions and a syringe in it. And I remember my wife saying he has a really serious condition. Okay, and she goes, don't worry, Paul, he's never gonna need this. She goes, he hasn't needed this in 9.5 years. Okay, he's not gonna need this at all. It just needs to be with him by law. But if he does have a situation, you're gonna have to do open heart surgery right then and there. I'm like, get the kid out of my house. Lady, look at me. What about me says I could do anything medically? Okay, there's a playoff game coming on. If he dies, he dies, okay? You're gonna find him face down in the driveway if it's 3rd and 8. But here's the realest thing that I'll say tonight. One of the realest things that I will tell you people tonight, okay? And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. If your children do not love and support the same sports teams that you did growing up, you fucked up as a parent. Okay, listen. They have to take the good and the bad. They have to take it. They have to take it. It's part of it. They inherit, the winning and the losing through you. My kids inherited some winning and some losing. The winning was the Giants and Yankees. The losing is the Knicks, and they take it. And it's a beautiful thing when they take it because you're in it together. The other day, my son said to me, he goes, Dad, I think I might be a bigger Knicks fan than you. And I was like, that's impossible. He goes, no, Dad, I'd give my life. I was like, let's not get crazy. Let's not get crazy, all right? But I got to take my son to my favorite place in the world. I got to take my son to Madison Square Garden. It was amazing. We got to see a playoff game, and it means a lot to me because I got to perform at the Garden. It's my favorite venue, and we're watching this big playoff game, pivotal playoff game. We have to win. And everyone's going nuts in the arena. And my son says to me, Dad, when everybody starts cheering, the adults start cursing a lot, saying words you don't want me to say. He goes, but next time when they start going nuts, he goes, you think I could curse with them? And I was like, yeah, buddy, you could curse with them. You could curse with them. It's a Knick game, We don't know how many of these we're gonna get. Later on in the game, our point guard is at half court. And if you guys know basketball, you know an alley-oop from half court is very far and hard, okay, to do. And he throws this ball up, and I think it's going to go over the backboard and be a turnover. And the Garden all stands up together. And we're watching this thing. And he's watching it, and the flashbulbs are going off, and our forward is running down, and we're looking at it. You know that moment in sports where right before something big happens, there's like a gasp, and there's like a moment of silence. And then our forward catches it with his fingertips, and he dunks it. And Madison Square Garden absolutely explodes. Okay, they go nuts. And my son's jumping out of his skin. And he goes, yeah! Fuck yeah! You pussy motherfucker, take your bitch ass back. I go, whoa. I go, buddy, what was that? He goes, you said I could. I go, yeah, but you were locked and loaded. I think I think fag was coming next. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, I'm raising him right. I'm a good father. I'm a good father. Now my little girl, Sophia, she's a lot like her father. She's different than her brother. She's a lot like me. But she also has my shortcomings. She has some of my flaws, okay? One of my flaws that me and my daughter share is we could be a little vengeful, okay? If you hurt us, we want to come back a little harder. And that's a Sicilian thing, and it's not always good. And my daughter was like this as a little girl, but now it's starting to be a little troubling because this is who she is. And she's very independent. She's very strong. My little girl will go up to somebody and say, you hurt my feelings. I don't like how you made me feel. And she's independent. We love it. But it's a lot. Like, the other day I heard a little girl apologize to her. You know, she said, Sophia, I'm sorry. My daughter goes, it's not good enough, okay? She goes, apology not accepted. How about that? So, every Thanksgiving morning, I take our dog Lloyd for a long, long walk in the country. And we just go for this long walk. And during this walk, I think about what I'm thankful for. I think about all the gifts that God has given me. I think about the blessings, my family's healthy, and we just go on this beautiful walk. Now, my neighbor who I'm close with, okay, he's close with me, his daughter's close with my daughter. He almost killed me on this particular day because I'm walking up a blind hill and I saw he dropped something in his truck. He had to grab the steering wheel and throw it to the side or I'm killed instantly on Thanksgiving, and it made our relationship a little weird. He called me up like 5 minutes later, and he just goes, oh, that was close. And I was like, yeah, what the fuck, what was that? You know, now our daughters didn't know anything, okay? 2 years later, I'm walking my dog with my daughter Sophia, and we're having this amazing daddy-daughter moment. And my daughter says to me, Daddy, I love you so much. I love you more than anything in the world. I'm so happy. You're my hero. And I wouldn't want anybody else in the world to be my dad. And I said, well, I'm the lucky one because I get to be your hero. And I love you more than anything, you and your brother more than anything in the world, and it'll always be that way. And she looks at the neighbor's house, and she says, Daddy, do you remember when they almost killed you and my puppy? And I said, yeah, that was something, huh? And she goes, no, Dad, do you remember that? And I'm like, yeah, what the fuck? And she goes, I just want to tell you something, Daddy. If they would have killed you and my puppy that day, she said, I would have went to our kitchen and got a knife. And she said, and I would have went to their house. And she said, I'll kill everybody in their family, including my friend. And then kept walking like she didn't say it. She just kept walking. She just, in stride. So I obviously stopped. I stopped. And I was like, come here, what did you just? I go, did you just say you're gonna get a knife and kill everyone in the family, like including your friend? She's 9 years old. She goes, that's how it works. They get you, I get them. Always. Always, Daddy. I do not worry about my little girl, okay? Somebody said they're like, you're gonna give her prom date hell that night? I'm like, I'm worried about him. I'm like, call me when you get home. She'll have him back at 11. But in my experience, from what I've experienced in my life, okay, there's no love like I've seen, like the love of a grandparent. And it's because they fucked up the first time. Listen, this is my theory. Grandparents, oh, give me my grandbaby. And you ever see how much love it is? It's because we were the mulligan, okay? And they also don't have the responsibility. And I saw my mother hold my son Lucas, who's the first grandchild for the first time, and I'm like watching true love from afar, you know, and it was amazing because, you know, my mom was sick back in the day and I didn't know if she'd have these opportunities, and I'm just watching real love, and she's holding him and she's looking at him and she's going, my grandbaby, look at you, beautiful, and she's getting emotional. She's like, look at your eyes, your blonde hair, this is amazing. And then my mother looked up at me with tears pouring out of her eyes, and she just goes, Paul, I never loved you like this. That makes a lot of sense right now. I wish that was a joke. You guys are fucking awesome, dude. Are you high, man? Yeah. No, you're great, but I could just tell this guy did it before the show. He's like... Holy shit, I want to hit of that when my night's over. Shit. Chicago, you guys did not disappoint, man. This is fucking awesome, dude. You guys... I mean, I'm leaving quickly, but this was... No. He said, yeah, get out of here. Yeah, he's like, yeah, it's dangerous. I would too. Just get to the airport. No, I never wanted this job to take me from my family. That's the one thing about doing stand-up is that, of course, you got to leave sometimes. But I feel like as a husband and a father, I feel like I did a good job balancing that time as a comedian to not miss big things. I had to miss some, but luckily I've gotten to a point in my career where I tell my agent, I'm like, I'm not missing anything. I'm not missing any sporting event unless I know they're going to lose. They're like, what district are they playing? Oh, no, they're not going to win that game. I'm going to Chicago. They ain't going to win that. And if you guys saw Nocturnal, I talk about my son's basketball. Both of my kids are amazing in basketball. My son is an incredible shooter. I love being at his games. And I said, I'm not missing my son's last regular season game. So I just get into the stands. I'm with the dads. I don't have to think about work. I don't have to think about comedy, anything. And I get there, and we're losing by 28 points. And I don't care. I'm just there to watch my son. But we're getting the shit kicked out of us. It's fine. Okay? Our coach calls a timeout, and they bring a severely autistic child in the game to play on our team. Now, this was a boy who can obviously not make the team, but he was a team manager who did the stats on the clipboard, and they want him to have a moment because it's a 28-point game, and it's the last game of the year. So it's very nice. Most people know what's going on. He gets in the game, and he gets in front of the hoop, and he shoots, and he misses, okay? Second time he shoots, and he misses, okay? Third time he shoots and he misses. Finally, I went up to the coach and I was like, look, man, this kid's taking my son's minutes. No, I'm kidding. I said, we're never going to come back now. I'm his foreman. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So he gets in front of the hoop. He shoots it. He finally makes it. The gym erupts. It's a beautiful moment. I think we're going to call timeout, take the kid out the game. We don't. We keep the kid in the game. There's a 6'4", 8th grade boy on the other team who could dunk, who checks in the game and does not know there's a little boy with a disability out there, okay? So now I just tug my hat down and I'm like, this is gonna be incredible. So they wanted the little boy with a disability to get a steal, a fake steal, and go have another moment and score. Unbeknownst to this monster, who steals it from him and starts running down like he's gonna dunk the basketball. And everyone in unison in the gym stands up going, no, dude, no, the kid. No, the kid, look, don't, no. And he was a nice kid, he stopped. And he leaned over to the ref. And the ref just goes, no, they wanted the little boy with the disability to get another steal and score. Guys, we were losing by so much, he didn't know who on our team had the disability. He's like, should I just roll it in the middle? They all seem a little fucked up, so. Hey guys, I'm Paul Virzi, man. Thank you guys so much, man. I really appreciate you. I had such a great time. Thank you for coming out. It means the world. Thank you, guys. Thank you, you guys are amazing. Thank you, appreciate you. Thank you. Chicago, I made the right choice by coming here. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. I'll see you back in Chicago real soon.